other methods which government can use to redistribute income and wealth are through the tax system and other policies. So we're going to start with the tax system. A tax is a levy imposed by government on production and consumption. So government wants to generate revenue. As soon as, but because if government wants to generate revenue, government has to come with a system, which is the tax system. So that is how government will generate revenue, and it will use it to finance public expenditure. We talked about public expenditure like providing benefits, the universal benefit and the means-tested benefit. This is government. This is a form of government spending. Government does it through the tax system. So if government wants to redistribute income to reduce the gap between the rich and the poor, government might use what? Progressive taxation. What do I call it? Progressive taxation. So this is a form of tax that government would use to reduce the gap between the rich and the poor. So what is a progressive taxation? It's a system where the tax rate increases and the taxable amount raises. So you pay more in tax if your income increases. So the more income you earn, the more tax you pay. That is progressive tax. Do you understand progressive tax? So high income earners pay more in tax than low income earners. Do we get progressive tax here? So this means individuals with higher earnings pay a larger percentage of their income on taxation compared to low income earners. What we're talking about is government getting from those that are rich to give to the poor. That is progressive tax. But there's regressive tax, but we're not talking about regressive tax. Regressive tax is a form of indirect tax. And an example of indirect tax is VAT. Here, we pay on our consumption. So either rich or poor, we buy the same things, yes or no? But the amount of money the amount in tax I'm going to pay might affect me more than the rich. So a tax that takes equal amount both from both the rich and the poor is a regressive tax. Do you understand regressive tax here? But here we're talking about what? Progressive tax, which takes large percentage of income in tax from the rich than the poor. So then what is the problem about progressive taxation? The problem about progressive taxation is that it could be a disincentive to work, to earn more. So if I know that if I'm working more, if I have 3 jobs or 4 jobs more, I'll earn more. It means I have to pay more taxes. Yes or no? So I become demotivated to work to earn more. Because if I earn more, I pay more taxes. Do you get it? So however, it will bring about the disincentive to work and earn higher income. So people might not want to work more, to earn more, because if they earn more, they pay more in tax. So that is the problem about progressive taxation. Do you get progressive taxation there? Another problem we could have with progressive taxation is that high income earners might start thinking about leaving that country to elsewhere. And most of high income earners are skilled workers, they are entrepreneurs. So now they have to pay more in tax. They might choose to leave the country. They don't want to live with a high tax regime. What do I call it? A high tax regime. High tax regime. A government that its own era, people pay more taxes because they earn more. Do you get it? So that is the problem about using progressive taxation. There are other forms of tax government could use to reduce the gap between the rich and the poor. We have the inheritance tax, and the capital gain tax, CGT. For inheritance tax, you pay a certain amount on tax from the value of what you inherited. Or you inherited a house, you pay a certain percentage of tax on the value of that house you inherited. That is inheritance tax. Do you understand inheritance tax? Do we get it or not? So it's a form of, it's a way in which government can reduce the gap between the rich and the poor. How does government use inheritance tax to reduce the gap between the rich and the poor? Government will gain revenue from it, and the government will spend. Do we get it? Then we have the capital gain tax. For capital gain tax, simply means you're paying certain amount of tax based on the assets you own or based on your portfolio of business. So, oh, you bought this and you're selling it. It's an asset that you're selling. So the gain on that asset, you're paying tax on it. That is capital gain tax, CGT. Do you understand that? So I know this is a form of tax paid by people who gain on owning assets or some financial portfolios. Is it clear? Is it clear, please? Great. Then the last way in which government can redistribute the income between the rich and the poor is other policies. The other method to use in reducing inequalities is that government should provide certain essential services for free, education and healthcare for free. Note this. Please look at the board, please. Such services are financed through tax system. This is the point. If government provides healthcare and education for free, and everyone has equal opportunity to use them, how does this benefit low-income earners? Because everybody is using the same system. There's free education, there's free healthcare for both the rich and the poor. How does this benefit the poor than the rich? Other policies. Government has made essential services like education and healthcare free. And I said, if these services are used equally by all citizens, those with low income will benefit more as a percentage of their income. Inequality is reduced. So how does free education and free healthcare benefit the poor than the rich? I'm asking you now. How does free education and free healthcare benefit the poor than the rich? Let me take it from you first, yeah? I'll come back to you, yeah?
Because they do not have money to pay for the education fund system, so it benefits the poor.
No.
They pay taxes less than the rich.
They pay taxes less than the rich. Look at it here. Through the tax system. So it simply means the rich pay more tax than the poor. So whatever services government provide here is through taxes from the rich. Do you get it now? The tax system is specifically through progressive tax. Remember that? So if there's progressive tax, it means the rich are paying more in taxation than the poor. So whatever money generated by government through progressive tax will be used for education and healthcare, which is now free. So because it is free, the poor are not paying taxes like the rich. But the services for both the rich and the poor. Why is it beneficial to the poor is that the poor can now keep most of their income. They are not going to pay tax. The rich are paying tax. They're going to have services free. The rich are going to have services free. But the percentage of the income of the poor can now be kept. No tax, no payment on healthcare, no payment on education. That reduces inequality. Here, the rich will pay tax, but they will have this for free. The poor are not going to pay tax, they have it for free. So no more tax increases income. Paying tax reduces income. Do you get the point here? So we have, let's say we have the rich and the poor. The rich is paying tax. It means income reduces. The poor is not paying tax, no tax. Income increases. So tax reduces your income, no tax increases your income. That makes it balanced. So that's why we said inequality reduced. Because education and healthcare is financed through progressive taxation, or capital gain tax, or inheritance tax. So this form of tax are taxes from the rich, which government would use to provide essential services for free. Is it clear? Any question?